First year participant of GPA, so I've been away for like 4 months, and it's just like winter break. Today I'll be like talking just like me before GPA though, like why I came to that choice in the first place. Thank you. Yes, so I can definitely say just like being in this program just for 4 months, I've gained a lot, and I don't regret that choice. Initially, I wasn't gonna do GPA though. I was actually gonna go straight to college and see where that leads me. But but I can't imagine myself, how lacking I would have been if I didn't choose GPA. So I don't regret that choice. But yes, I really wasn't gonna do GPA initially though, because I heard about it from my older siblings. They all did GPA. And from them, what stood out to me the most was the fact that they fundraise a lot. And I did not like fundraising. I really didn't like it, so I wasn't going to do GPA. And so that was like, I completely pushed that aside, out of my option. But of course, there would be like, people around me, my family, my friends, who would ask me, oh, why won't you do GPA? It's like a great program. And so my reason or excuse that I had for them was, first, the first reason I had was, I don't need to go to GPA for me to grow my own life of faith or for me to grow. I don't need that program. Second reason was that I also said that fundraising isn't like the most suitable way for me to learn. The best way I learn is through class settings. And so then I thought, okay, if I go to GPA and fundraise, I'm probably not going to gain a lot from it. So what's the point of me going? But that was just like excuses that I came up with to deceive myself into thinking I don't need to go to GPA. But during that time, I was also going through like some internal struggles, really thinking about just like my own purpose as well. And so at that time, I actually was feeling very like empty. I felt like I was missing purpose in my life. I was missing something very important. And so I thought, okay, what can I do to change that? And then I also felt that my relationship with God was very lacking. It was very weak. And I could tell because, just like last year, a few times I was asked by people if I believed in God. And I remember I couldn't answer that confidently. And that also, your father actually said before that it's not word by word, but he said something along the lines of if you won't understand God, you won't understand his heart, and you won't know God unless you have that experience. And I didn't have that experience, and I also just like couldn't confidently say that I knew God. And so I thought, okay, what can I do to change that? And then there was also, I also wanted to grow my own character as well, grow myself, really see how much I can grow. As I saw, through my relationship with my siblings, with my friends, and my own parents, I saw, I can definitely improve this relationship even more if I could grow myself, if I could change myself. And so I thought, okay, what can I do to grow? What can I do? And at this point, it would be smart to, say, okay, it would be smart to choose GPA because GPA helps you with all of that. But I still didn't want to choose that program, especially because they fundraise a lot and I didn't like that tight schedule. So my choice then was, okay, maybe I should go to a college. There's actually a college called Summer University in Korea, and it's affiliated with the church. It's founded by True Mother, and I thought, okay, if I go to this college, then maybe I can still grow myself there, really build my faith there, right? Because it's connected with our church. So I was really set on going to this college, but then for some reason, last year I went to a workshop that was hosted by GPA. It was a families workshop. So basically they like invite family members or parents to come for like 2 days and really see like what their children go through, see like their schedules, see what GPA is all about, and also visit, their children. So I went there with my mom. I had many opportunities for like 6 years, I think, to go, but I never went. But for some reason, last year I went, and it was a great experience, honestly. Well, for me personally, I actually went just to visit my sister because she was a first-year participant there last year. And I went there simply to meet my sister, nothing to do with GPA, but I went there and there was like two very special people who spoke. It was Dr. Kim and Damon Dunkley who spoke. And I remember just feeling very inspired when I heard them speak. Very inspired. I just had this like heart determination, desire to really change myself, to really do something for God, because I think I've never done much for God, and I think that also strained my relationship with God as well. So just having that heart and that desire, I thought, okay, maybe GPA is the better choice here rather than going to some university. So on the bus ride back home the next day, I told my mom, I'm gonna do GPA, and then she was like crying and just like really happy for me, really supportive. And then after that, it was just a series of like sharing that with all of you guys, really sharing with my older brothers and sisters in this community as well, and really receiving. I remember just like receiving a lot of support, a lot of love as well, and that really like encouraged me, really pushed me to really want to do this program. And so I'm really grateful for that because, yes, I'm really grateful because that's like what helped me to really come to this choice as well. And I just wanna, like being away for 4 months, I can tell just like how much blessings I received from this community, from all of you guys. I can definitely see how much I was able to inherit from you guys and how that has helped me through my search for, my relationship with God as well. And so I'm really grateful, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miae. Yeah, watching her for 4 months on the program has been really amazing too. Yeah, but it all started here in this very church, thanks to all of you guys. Yeah, and now we're going into the next 6 months this program. But before that, we have one more testimony from another beloved sister. She is really also amazing because of you guys, the foundation that we stand on. But she also goes on stage a lot. She does her little thing with the microphone with the song team. She's really, really good, actually. Yeah. You guys heard her this morning. Please help me welcome up Hannah Wood!
I have to record this for Mom.
I got you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, 2 copies
Oh,
is good.
good.
No, iPhone's good too. Oh yeah, it's recording too.
All right.
Sorry, awkward. Okay. So I definitely had a lot of experiences on GPA. It's a long year, you go through a lot, and I'm really grateful for all of them. And I guess in thinking about what I wanted to talk about, I really went back to just thinking about, I just want to share one of the first, from an experience from the beginning of the year that meant a lot to me. Just one of the first sparks of me starting to really get to know God. There's kind of a lot to it, but I'll just kind of leave it in the open for you to gain from it, whatever you need to gain from it. So yes. So during first condition, actually Linako was my captain, and and we were focusing on God's heart of joy, sorrow, and hope, and we had been taking time to focus on each of the hearts. And I remember not feeling completely connected at times, or I wasn't fully grasping it or growing sensitivity to it, especially God's heart of sorrow. And I remember feeling really frustrated. But yeah, I remember just it was just a pretty simple day, but
it was one of the days we were talking about, we were able to like choose which one we wanted to like work on that day. And I was really determined that day. I think it was through the Hundoke and just like through the morning service. Like and sometimes God just like gives us like inspiration. But I just remember feeling really, really determined to understand like His heart. And I was so prepared to like have the most like challenging day ever. I was like, all right, like all the rejections, like I want to experience. Because I think she also helped like give an understanding of like how you can maybe experience God's heart through fundraising, like just like different tips and stuff too. And so I was really determined to like whatever like God wanted me to experience, like I wanted to be able to empathize with Him and to yes. So that first run, I remember like I think that first run I remember feeling like the most passion that I've ever felt about like God's heart and like how He feels, and it was just like a feeling that I never had before. And I remember like I was in this grocery store, just like a random grocery store, like talking to the cashier, and like it just like stands out to me how I just remember I was just spieling, but I was like talking about like I don't remember exactly what I was saying, it was months ago, but like just feeling so much in my heart, like so like passionate about the fact that like I don't know, just so passionate about God's heart and what He's going through, really trying to express that to this person, feeling so desperate. I never felt like that before. And like, I just remember just like, sometimes I even go back to that feeling because I don't always feel like that still. Like it's something, it's just like one of those moments where just like everything is just like, oh my gosh, like this is so important. Like I just felt like, And then, there was like a Christian man who, he was defined himself as Christian, and he was just kind of telling me like how he didn't agree like with the leader of our church and everything. And I just remember like feeling, for the first time, like feeling like I was standing up for our church, or like standing up for what I believe in. Like just so much, like, because I knew like, okay, God is hurting, like God needs me to share this with this person. Like it doesn't, all like my fears of just like what that person might think of me or what that person might say to me just like erased from my mind. And it was like the first time I was able to like really just like, because I knew what God was going through, at least intellectually, like I could like, I just had so much heart to express myself. Just stand up for true Father for like the first time. And I just remember just remember how I felt. I just remember feeling so passionate. And and then that was like in the beginning of the day where I felt all those things. I think throughout the day, like that feeling started to fade, but I was starting to like, looking back on the experience, I would question like, okay, why aren't like I suffering like I thought that this is, but I'm supposed to understand God's heart, but like, so like, why aren't I like suffering kind of thing? I don't know. And but I was still determined to like receive like each rejection as like God's rejection, and like really try to understand how God feels. And I did feel like there were like times where I would get rejected a lot, and like I wouldn't necessarily feel like anything crazy, but like I was like, okay, like I'm learning about this. I feel like by doing this, I was understanding more deeply about like what rejections mean, or like what you can interpret them. But I think the big thing was like I was expecting to suffer a lot, but I was just like, but literally that day wasn't even that bad, like, and I was just kind of confused. And I think one thing that did stick out to me though was like the people that I met. Like I ended up actually like running into people that really needed a lot of like comfort. Like I remember bumping into a woman. She was like in her car. She was just crying, and I was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And like trying to like, she spoke Spanish. So I was trying my best to like, express like in Spanish like love to her. But I just like remember just like she was just like crying, and like I didn't know how to like I just trying to show her, like, okay, like I hope you know, like, this is like God like loves you, or like trying to say that in Spanish. I don't even know if it translated right, but like, and just like, I was like, okay, like I need to comfort her, and then like, okay, and then I like, moved on, and like there was like other people throughout that run that like had been just going through so much, and something that my captain, I didn't know what to make of it. I was like, okay, well, this is God's heart sorrow, something. But then my captain was saying, like, when you can comfort those people, when you can comfort people that are hurting around you, you can comfort God. And that was something that I didn't necessarily think of it that way before. And and I think since then, like since that day, I've been put in so many situations where I've been people have been longing for comfort, or like when I've been called to comfort people. So like every single condition, every single like time, like set of fundraising, there's people that like I remember that like needed me so much, and it's like I realized like I'm not like not everybody has that experience, and but I was so confused as to why, like how can I understand like why is God trusting me with these people? Why is God trusting me with like these people and comforting these people when I can't even fully grasp His heart, or I can't even fully empathize with Him? Like I feel like I haven't suffered enough to even get close to understanding what God is going through, or even true Father, or even my parents. And like, I think like, yeah, I just felt like kind of undeserving of that. But God works in a way that you don't expect Him to. Like I expected like all these experiences, but God's trying to show me something completely different, and He still is. And like this is an experience that I had, like this day is something that I'm just thinking about, and it just meant so much to me. But it was in the beginning of the year, and I can't even remember everything that happened, but I just remember like that passion I felt, and I remember the people that needed me, and I remember like feeling like so confused because I felt like I was supposed to experience everything a certain way, and that's how I was going to know God's heart. But in reality, like God has a different plan for me, and like He has a different way that He wants to show me, like specifically, like this is how you can like interact with the world, and this is how I need you. And I feel like just thinking about like all the times that God has like used me as a vessel, even when I felt like completely undeserving of it. I can really feel like how much He really does love me, and like that His unconditional love for me, like His unconditional love for me, and like trust in me to really be there for His children, and to like push myself and to be passionate. And there are so many times since that day where I've been scared to like speak out, or I've been scared to like, scared to speak out and stand up for what I believe in. But I think like going back to that day, I can really remember like why it is that we are sharing our heart to people. It's because God needs us. Like God doesn't have a body, and God needs us to share like His love to people, and He needs us to stand up for Him, stand up for His like His beloved son and daughter, like true parents. Like no one else is gonna stand up for them. Like we have to do that. We have to be able to find like and understand and empathize enough. Like I wanted to be able to like, I'm so stressed out about like the experience in general, but in reality, like I already have like the truth, and I already have everything in front of me, like given to me. I just like want to make like I think going back, I can really learn to like really go back to that passion that I had, that I felt, because it's there. It's always gonna be there. I always go back to that. It's so meaningful to me because I just remember how I felt, but that's still inside of me. And like maybe we can't always completely empathize. Like no one in the world is going to be able to empathize with God. And even all these experiences where we think we even know a little bit of God's heart, like they're still so small in comparison to how God feels. And like God doesn't want to see us going through so much pain. Like I think he just needs to move forward, and like through me, He's trying to move forward. And like yeah, maybe I can't completely empathize with God's heart. I don't think I'm ever going to, but I think I got to know a little bit of his heart for me and how much he needs me and how much he cares about me and also about his children, and enough to risk, like me who's like still kind of unstable in my faith, being able to risk that experience, like reaching his other children. He's still placed me in that position, and like just, he's like hoping like, okay, is she going to be nice to this person? Is she going to be comforting to this person? Is she going to love this person or not? And it's like, he trusts me enough to care about the people that I'm being surrounded by, that I'm meeting on the, like, during fundraising. And I think like, yeah, even though I question everything, and I'll probably question everything I'm saying right now, and like re-question everything again and again, I think I definitely can't deny how much love I can really feel and how much trust that God has had for me through those experiences, and like through just that day. Like that was like the first day that that was like sparked everything. But even since then, all the experiences and how I've come to realize, like even all the stuff I'm saying, like I didn't notice like that day, but like through reflection, I think GPA gives us a lot of opportunity to reflect, and like teaches us how to reflect. And so I can really reflect upon that day. Just that one day like means so much to me. There's so many other experiences like throughout the year where I can grow a deeper understanding, where situations have repeated and I can grow a deeper understanding of like what these things mean to me and what God means to me and what I mean to God. And yeah, so I'm really grateful for just this day, but also that's kind of just even just one example of everything I've gained. And just really grateful to GPA and everyone who's supported me, and so also to my parents who helped me piece these things together, because I remember just like calling them, being like, I don't understand, like da 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 da. He's like, they're like, okay, like, and like really realizing like how much all of the first generation have been through and like how much wisdom they've gained. So yeah, there's so much, but I'm just really grateful. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, honestly, every time Miae and Hannah, like our younger sisters, they speak, we're always like, me and Linako are always talking in the background, like, oh my god, why are they so amazing? Like, we suck. But yes, so I think like Linako really emphasized, and even Hannah like really kind of emphasized like how, like why we're sharing this today, why we're sharing these testimonies today. Because originally, like GPA every single year or like every single winter break, we share like our experiences, or we hold Sunday service. It's kind of like GPA promotion, so kind of promote it to our younger brothers and sisters so they can do it next year. But we're like the youngest here. But more importantly, like the reason why we share it is because we want to testify to the foundation that we stand upon. We want to testify to the foundation that was built for us, and that was from our parents, right? It was from this very community that we grew up in. And yeah, it's like kind of like our gratitude to you, like these victories that we claim, whether it's an internal victory or like an external victory through fundraising, right? These experiences that we have, yeah, not just to share, but to really testify, like to like the foundation that we stand on. And some like external victories, I guess we can say, is that actually this winter competition that we just had in like a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, we just finished our winter competition period before winter break, and like this whole competition was kind of focused on like we're making an offering to True Mother, right? And we really wanted to make like a $100,000 victory fund offering. And as this program, GPA, we had a 1.1 million goal. We were gonna make this goal all together, but it's not just for us, but it's for God, right? And we were able to make it. But actually, but I think every single first year, every single second year, every single third year can say that, honestly, like, when we were fundraising, we can all feel how all we were doing is harvesting the efforts and investments that our parents were able to make when they were fundraising, or maybe when they were witnessing, or maybe when they were in the church, right? And yeah, like we want to share these victories that we were able to claim with you guys, to say like thank you for allowing us to stand here. And so something else I wanted to share was this poem. I was like sitting on my bed like 2 days ago, and I was like thinking like I want to read a book. Wow, surprise. I was like, I want to read a book. And I found this book in my bookshelf, and I think it's Sydney's. It's called Signs of Presence, Love, and More. Which is, I don't know if you guys ever heard this book before, but it's actually a series of poems made by Unification members. Yeah, the second one actually. Like, I think the second book of this, I saw Uncle Kevin's name, and he like edited the whole thing. So, yes, thank you. When I was reading the first one, and I saw the first poem, and I wanted to read it with you guys. It's called You Ask Me Why I'm Here by Sarah Mazumdar. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Mazumdar. So, you ask me why I'm here. You ask me why I'm here, I'll tell you. Even if I wasn't sad at a death and stunned by human misery, even if I weren't an idealist and believed everybody should be happy, even if I could turn my back on poverty and ignore injustice, even if I didn't care about other people's and the welfare of other countries, even if I could find satisfaction in my own small world, even if I liked everyone and feared none, and could make others happy, even if there were no hatred, no strife, no wars, even if I had never felt the agony of wonder and had never seen doubt, even if I were a king with empires or a beggar with none, even if I knew the secrets of life and all my dreams came true, even if my family were all I have hoped for and life was full of promise. Even if all these things were true, I would still be here. And I would still love the principles I hold so dear and trust others with my life and give all I have in me to give and seek to serve as best I can. Thank you. I think when I read this, it was just like, wow. I'm standing on a foundation of a group of people who maybe they had a pretty good life, right, before joining the church or before fighting for a cause, right, before standing up for something they believe in, right? But even if all that were true, they still wanted to give their life for something bigger. And this is not my favorite book, so thank you. For allowing us to stand here today to speak to you guys and to share our testimonies. So, yes, to close, if the sisters that just went up, Hannah, Miae, Linako, could all come up.
Great.
1, 2, 3, thank you!
Lena, do you mind offering a prayer?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
So please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, true parents, Jesus, good morning. This is your sons and daughters here gathered together before you. We just really want to thank you so much for this time. Just to be here as one family under you, God. One family. Maybe right now there may be a lot of things going on in our life. Wherever we are, wherever we're standing in our life, God, whatever position that we're in, Father, the only thing that we need to remember, that we need to know is that we're a family, Father. And that you're our parent and you love us so, so much, God. Every single day you're giving us an opportunity to learn and to gain from each other, whether we're first generation, second generation, young or old, it doesn't matter. God has so many opportunities to learn and to gain from each other. And every single day we're growing, God. Every single day we're meant to grow. And we're so, so grateful to have that opportunity to just grow. But to grow our hearts with people, to grow our hearts to love others, to grow our hearts to love you, God. And I hope that you can just be here with us, dwell in our hearts, and just be proud. Just be proud to see us, Father. I hope that we can make you proud. I hope that we can really make you happy, and I hope that you can feel the love that's here and that we felt. So thank you so much, God. And so I want to pray this, and I want to offer this up to you. In the name of Lena, Iwasaki, Shinizu, Iwasaki, Miae, and all the names here. Aju.
Aju.
Thank you.